to investigate in the behest of Bob, who, for a very rare moment of usually wanting to avoid unusual things, decided, hey, this thing looks weird enough for me not to at least see what it is before I decide to not do anything with it. And we pick up from there. You all were checking out the strange constructs rising from the sands. These various almost doorways and a gyroscopic or a gyro-shaped piece in the middle with a platform. Bob speaks up and says, all right, well, I think we should probably not mess with this. It was fascinating, it was interesting, and it caught my eye, but
Malachi, who was mid getting out of the car, is like, you didn't want to stop? Monty was also wanting to take a look. Monty
is mid-climb out of the window, and falls out of the car onto the ground. Yeah,
Viridian gets out. Oh, sorry, fuck. Go ahead.
I kind of wanted to touch something. The fuck?
Viridian gets out of the car and looks, as she always does, pissed off, and just like, we should not let idle interests stop us from fulfilling our duty and going on our assigned path. But very well.
Maybe my assigned path is to touch a big rock. I'm just saying.
It's a stupid assigned path, but I expect no less of you.
Monty starts cracking up on the ground.
Viridian fucking walks away. She doesn't like Monty, as we all know.
I imagine she steps over Monty.
Probably. And then, like, dusts off the bottom of her shoe and keeps going.
Interesting. Give me a moment.
Fucking great job, guys!
We did great, guys!
Nope. I'm in the right Discord. Okay.
Was your mic not working, or?
No. I was just checking if my pulse was still there.
Yeah. Did something happen?
Something wrong?
I must have stepped on a butterfly or something.
Dang.
Well, the only butterfly we know is Pearl.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh no, she's gone. She doesn't exist
anymore.
anymore.
Like a butterfly anymore. What the fuck?
No, I'm sure she does, because she has like her sister River, and then like that one weird sister we don't know about. So.
Nope, that is actually yeah, no.
No need to know.
No.
There's actually no one in the car. Like, it's just me
Who's
now.
in the car?
I'm the only one. I'm the only one in
It's
here.
just Circe. She had a mental breakdown. She killed everyone in the car.
Who's Circe?
And it's just now her.
Who's Circe?
Don't know her.
Absolutely. Do not. We're doing this now.
Jesse, you remember us, right?
To a man with ADHD, because I'm hard stopped and brain is shut off.
You remember the jet sharks, right?
You remember the jet sharks, surely.
I absolutely remember the jet sharks. Yes, they were the ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing them for like a year and a fucking half, dude.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2, yeah.
The rootness,
know, they-
tootness.
I mean, Viridian's a newer edition, obviously. So, like, I get it if you forget her, but
yeah.
But like, you know, they all got together, helped save the world. They ran into that guy like Isarel and his boyfriend Valentis.
Mm.
They own a bakery. That's also a bookstore.
Yeah, it's like right next to Isha's place.
There was a part when Jiminy Cricket
you're making bullshit up now.
and
This shit didn't happen.
the guys from regular show
Oh.
were helping you guys rob the bank.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you're just describing a regular show episode.
pretty much, the god of D&D and dice rolled down and said, "No, you have to roll for it."
As
And
You're
they
still
had
God,
to
describing a regular show episode. Like, you're not helping your case
and it
here.
came to pass. The dice god
You're-
said roll for it.
Guys, April 1st was a while ago already.
It's not our fault that it was the wrong day.
April 1st fell on my D&D night to
We're doing our
run. Now it's your
damnedest.
turn.
We're doing our best.
Sometimes you have to ad lib.
We're
It's
trying our
hard to
best,
do it.
Jesse.
It's hard to do it when the dates don't line up.
We totally didn't plan this for a month.
Do you want the bit or not?
Sure.
How long do you want the bit to go on?
I think it's gone long enough. I think
Okay.
Yeah.
the
Okay.
impact
Okay.
the impact has been done at this point. We're just playing
Okay.
D&D inside of D&D.
The comedy of just you not saying anything.
As we're all like, yes, these guys have been here the whole time.
They've
You
been
know,
around.
It was just 100% possible I entered the wrong Discord and I did not question it. I was just like,
Just taking a moment
It
to.
must be real.
I kind of wish I was able to like describe Braidlin and Quinn the wolf getting out of the struggling to get out of the car.
oh no.
We have half of us have character art.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Oh,
Like
It was
Jesse,
really
we
in
have
depth, Frank.
we have sheets planned, we have interactions planned, we have socialization like we have it made.
We
They
were-
have
Yeah.
history and shit.
Hey,
It's awesome.
one thing that definitely helps explain part of the preparation is that all of these are our planned backup characters.
mostly,
So-
mostly, I think.
That
oh,
also
so you guys were just acting out the inevitable new cast of characters.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much,
Like,
yeah.
It's foreshadowing.
Yeah, the death sharks.
Yeah, for when
The
you
death
see
sharks when you know the whole kaleidoscope dies.
yeah, and in the alternate universe where the jet sharks are going around,
Yeah, they're in
we
Plato.
got they have the backup characters of Vikda, Circe, Castilla, you know.
Yeah.
Their D&D game while they're in the car.
Oh, it was nice that it lasted.
That was good. It's real in depth. I'll tell you that for free.
We have like a section. Oh, go ahead.
I think we were fully prepared to go all session if allowed.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
was.
absolutely were.
I was ready for Bob to go. Who the fuck are you people?
I think that's how Bob was feeling anyway.
You know,
Just the kaleidoscope.
if it was planned ahead, I would have absolutely been down with it.
Aww.
Communicating with you
You just-
beforehand. Fair
I
enough.
was just going completely off. So you succeeded in that.
Yay. Maybe one session.
Sure.
Alfie, I can't feed you. I can't feed you.
One
It's too
day.
early.
One
early,
day.
child.
Hopefully another campaign that does not involve the everyone's deaths.
I don't know, it'd be kind of funny if Castilla goes MIA for a bit and, you know, dies.
Well,
Oh no,
Be funny.
another Scanlan situation.
Wait, this isn't the picture I picked. Oh no.
If I was completely registered in the fact that April Fool's was a couple of days ago, then I probably would have planned something too. But it completely blew over my head.
It's
I was
okay.
like, that's right. I was thinking it through. I was like, what's going on? That's right. April
Might have a
1st.
stroke.
I wouldn't have questioned it.
Oh, Jesse.
We just
Also, if you hadn't already met or heard my wife, I would have just started off with that. All right, you're gonna have to give me 5 minutes.
You're good. You're good.
Fair enough.
Expected.
Once my brain is derailed, it is derailed.
How
Don't
dare you
worry.
have ADHD like 90% of the people here?
It's a classic.
Who is the cat? Kitty, you are licking my leg.
Is
You're
that a
licking my leg.
picture of cheese?
It is cheese.
No.
I haven't had cheese. I talked about cheese in forever.
I miss
I
cheese.
have had taco like cheese once, and it was okay.
Come here. You're chatty. Come here. Guys, you know what's better than a fictional cat?
A real cat. Show
A
me.
real cat.
3 real cats.
This is the first cat I've ever socialized with in love.
No.
This is Alfie.
Hi,
My nephew.
Alfie.
Have you never talked to Princess, dude? That's wild.
Oh, wait, I lied. Second cat then. But Princess is evil. Huh.
I'm telling Wilson.
That's okay. We agree she's evil.
Not
No,
Alfie.
not that.
It's a little tuxedo cat.
His name's
Hi,
Alfred like
Alfie.
Batman. Oh, you're quiet now that you're on camera and not meowing in my ear every 2 seconds?
Alfred's embarrassed.
To see attention.
Oh, there it is.
They're getting attention. They're...
He's airplane.
Alfie's
I
getting attention, so
know.
that's why he's quiet.
I know you're hungry, but I cannot feed you.
You could though.
I have to wait till 8:30. Otherwise, my
Oh.
brother will yell at me. I
Imagine
know,
putting your
you're
cat
so
on a daily
sad.
schedule, not just trusting their instincts. That's crazy.
Well, it's more so because they have to do it at a certain time. Otherwise, he apparently will try and chase. Oh, there you go. Hi, you're good. You can jump down. Thank you, sir. He will do stupid stuff, and so because of a new work routine, I have to get him on the routine.
No.
They trust him to feed himself, but the problem is, this is his bedtime food, and somebody likes to wake up at 4 in the morning and meow if he doesn't get his bedtime food.
That's a classic.
I learned that lesson last week, sir.
He's just letting you know. The sun's out. That's what he's saying. So everybody
Sun's
wake
out,
up.
Sun's
thumbs
out.
out.
Sun's
Morning.
Sun's out, thumbs out. Of food. Feed me.
Oh, he's coming back. Hello, child. You can brush against my legs, sir.
My
Change my name back now. Whoops.
gosh, my dice are rolling like crap today. I don't want to be that guy or anything. Roll above
They were
a
all
10.
rolling crap for Eliam.
Yeah, that's true. Learn how everything.
I need to rewatch
I hear you.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
hear
this is not
you.
good. I get all the bad rolls out now.
Well, we managed to successfully delay session by another half hour.
Oh, phenomenal.
Sorry, Jesse.
We're good at that.
It was funny.
It's our specialty.
I love how well planned we are. I feel like that was the best plan we've ever had.
Best plan we ever had, and what's like a normal plan, it you know, breaks down in the first 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, but that's how most of our plans go
Yeah.
anyway.
But
That's
it
pretty
was
much.
great.
And we got to fan over some characters, which we love doing anyway. So you know,
Yeah. Now we have double the characters to fawn over
Let's go.
and have headcanons about and write AEs
Yeah.
about and
keep making shit about the Jet Sharks?
Because if there are backup characters, they're bound to show up.
When we all die.
Yippee!
I like how you say when and not if.
Oh yeah, when?
Well, it's pretty guaranteed.
We're actually all gonna die this session. That's the April Fool's joke.
Ah, damn it. That's okay.
Spis is touching a
I
big
know
rock.
Alma doesn't die here. You can't hurt me.
What do you mean you know Alma doesn't die here?
I thought it was pretty damn obvious. I just know.
What's in that prophecy?
Nunya.
You mean your mother?
My mother's dead.
No, the fuck she is not.
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck you. You showed me pictures of her and told me you just talked to her.
Yeah.
Nice.
When did I talk to her?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, don't pull the my mother's dead bit. At least say my uncle's dead. God.
I don't have.
You could have done
any
dead to
uncles,
me.
Actually, all of my uncles are
Well,
doing fine.
oh wait, I lied. Your mother is dead. She's dead to me.
And many other people. People do
Yippee.
not like her.
It took me way too long to realize that we were no longer talking about Alma.
No, we fucking love Reyna Lodeborn. She kicks ass.
Queen shit. I say as if I know her more than the few interactions we've gotten.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's great though, from what I know.
She seems chill.
Outside of being against gay marriage
Yeah, but you know what?
for her
We
daughter.
all have flaws. She's hit like 9 out of the 10 of the good parent boxes, which is like more than most of my D&D characters' parents.
That's pretty impressive, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's a good set of boxes to have ticked.
Yeah. Which is to say, all of them but the gay marriage one. I love her.
But the gay marriage box. One short.
Mom, all the kids are doing it.
All the kids.
If your friends got gay married, would you jump off a bridge?
Yes, because that's exactly what happened to me.
You jumped off a bridge?
All my friends got gay married, and then I said, "Ooh, I want to do." Oh shit, camera's on. You didn't see that.
I thought it's
Couldn't put my
tradition if
camera
your
on,
friends
but-
get gay married, you have to jump off the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
I read that
yeah.
somewhere.
I
Which is
think
why
it's
hope none of my
law,
friends ever get
actually.
Married. I don't know where the nearest bridge is.
Oh, I
I'll
can
have to
show you
put
like
that down.
20.
Yeah, well, you're in Waterland, dude. I live in a desert.
I love that that's your
True.
stipulation. I don't know where the nearest bridge. Not that I don't want to
No, I
jump off
won't.
one.
Like, it's so much work. I have to look it up. I have to, like, walk there or whatever the fuck. Like, please don't get married, guys.
Sorry, I really want to jump off
Hetero.
that bridge, but it's not possible.
It's just too far.
I hear you, Alfie, but no food.
There's a bridge just
No
on the
food,
road.
child.
Me.
Yell at me all you want.
Ah! That's me yelling. I am out. I'm. Alfie is me. Gosh.
I'm being yelled at by my partner about a cat now.
Meow.
Publicly.
Public.
This is harassment. It's not. I'm gonna send my Malachi art because I can, by the way.
Go watch the necromancer.
My son, my trans evil necromancer. What? No evil, huh?
Who's
Definitely not.
evil?
He's great. He's just the guy.
Anyone that wields a scythe is an A+ for me.
I deadass Jesse. I have the whole backstory typed up and everything with NPCs. If you ever just want to read this guy's story, let me
Yeah, I
scream
would.
about him, please.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's fine.
Fuck yeah! All right, I'm setting it.
I enjoy all your characters.
Thank you.
All right, we do have to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Darn.
fair enough.
Brain has been
Understandable.
reset.
Thank you for letting us derail for a few minutes.
No, it's absolutely fine. You yeah. I mean, Guck still, Bob still says the things he said. Yeah, no, brain's still off the wits. Bob still says the things he said in wait for a response. And if you don't remember, well, oh well.
Too bad, so sad.
Too bad, so sad. They were said.
Be you.
Well, it's a massive structure. It wouldn't hurt to it shouldn't hurt to investigate it a little bit.
Oh, you see, that's the sign. That's the magician mage speaking in you. That sciencey side. It speaks of purpose, reason, why it's here. By all means, if you want. I don't take too long, please. I'll be back in the car. That being said, I will at least put note on the map where it is. I do think this is a thing of interest. I'm trying to get you guys home. At least us to what a place we would consider, most of us at least, home. And the inevitable possible derailment, if anything goes wrong, would be in my hands. But if it's done by your hands, it's not my fault then.
Well, I get the feeling that Vikda looks over at in the direction of Vurs, who, if I recall correctly, just fucking ran directly to it. I get the feeling that the hands that derail it will not be ours, and we'll be doing our best to minimize things. Yeah.
You know, Victor, I'm sure you very much know how and what kind of individual Vurs has been with you for the time he's had you as an apprentice. Don't be fooled in his strangeness or his almost comedic acting in the way he works.
Trust me, I know he is a brilliant man with his efforts.
Right.
What he's managed to do and discover is brilliant, I'll say. The things I say are not out of malice, more so familiarity.
The man just has a history, is all I'm saying. Yeah,
and I know plenty of that history.
All right. Fair enough. I will be in the vehicle whenever you guys lose your interest in the construct. I'll be there. Well, I'll be outside the vehicle. I honestly would not feel comfortable alone with Circe in the car. She seems pretty upset. So.
Valid.
And she might try and take off with the car, considering her repeated past comments.
She doesn't know how to activate it.
You say
you
that.
You guys just hear the engine rumble to life.
You say that until she breaks enough things trying to figure it out.
She can attempt to. If she activates it without the activation key, then she has absolute every reason to take the vehicle.
She deserves it at that point.
I get the feeling that if she does find the slot for the key, she might try and cast several spells on it. Maybe even try to just shove a tree branch in there.
Hmm.
But either way, we'll be right back. And Victor's gonna start walking towards the structure.
All right, who's out here? I know Circe's in the car. Obviously, Pearl's in the car. Bob's going back. Would Alma have joined the people walking out to look at the construct?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so Alma's also out there. So it's everyone but Circe, Bob, and Pearl.
What about Sapph?
Yeah.
Oh, Sapph stayed. You're right. Sapph did stay. Sapph didn't decide to get out of the car. She would be sitting in the furthest back seat.
Yeah, I think everyone's going with except for those guys.
Okay. I mean, you're in front of the construct. I've described it before, but if you need another description, or I think I sent how it looks. Yeah, I did.
It's an art, yeah.
Yep. 4 gates, all connected with these lines, as well as the platform in the middle and the weird gyroscopic design around the platform. Multiple runes across everything, and it is partly dug in sand for as far as you can tell. The other note before is the amount of deceased around the area. There doesn't seem to be any connection, especially because Vurs has already pretty much approached it. But for a vast desert, there seems to be a lot of half dug in bones in the area. You were saying, Spis?
Not me.
I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I have different headphones and it might make my voice sound weird. What's besides the bones, because that kind of half answered it. What's the energy around here? Not like I'm vibe checking. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Is it eerie? Is it like there's critters moving about in the sand, like lizards or something?
You don't see any signs of life around here. But to be fair, even if you did, it would be so small that there's a chance you're just not visually catching it currently, whatever small life could be in the area. You do get the small hum, the small vibration within the sands being near the construct. It is slight. It is not like it's almost like you're like the feeling you get when you're having one of those very minor seizures. I don't know if anyone has had a minor seizure, but it's a small vibration that's almost unnoticeable until you pay attention to it.
So there's some energy here.
There's some, as far as you can tell. It doesn't give you. It gives you a sense of uneasiness because of the fact that it's just out here in the middle of the desert, and so it's well intact. The
I can't beat you. Stop.
The marble-like rock material of the construct is not weathered or damaged at all. Things like that give you an uneasiness, but in terms of like whether or not the energy of the thing gives you an uneasiness, it does not.
Great. Forgive me for the second question. If Castilla were to try and just see if there were soul lines outside of our friends who are here, are there any? She
Are
would
you
have
gonna pop
focused
your
for a little
eyes?
second. Does she have to pop them just to like look for a soul line in the area,
So
or
you can see general soul lines within people near you and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But if you're kind of scanning everything to look
Okay.
for something that's not currently visible, then yes, you would probably have to pop your eyes.
Let me check and see if I have. Oh, roll 20 is frozen. Hold on. Alfie, I can't feed you, baby. I love you dearly. I cannot. Yes, I would like to pop my eyes.
Okay,
Don't you dare walk on my
Um,
keyboard. Don't you dare.
that's what they do.
Good decision.
You
But you
pop your
walk on my
eyes.
iPad, thanks.
You see
Okay.
the soul lines of everyone around you that is currently in your location. You don't see any other soul lines. You do see something that would resemble one of the strings of the soul lines. The soul lines are almost like these interconnected strings, kind of like DNA strands almost.
Mhm.
You see almost thin remnants of what would look like could have been at some point something resembling a soul line. And they kind of wisp around near the construct.
Near the construct, like towards the center, or am I not able to get a location just yet?
Kind of like when you see a video game represents static electricity somewhere, and they just kind of zip around in very random locations, but almost centralized around the construct.
Interesting. So this thing has faint soul lines whispering around it. I say we explore,
Alright,
guys. Oh, Alma's oh, Alma.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Go, ghosts, maybe? I don't know. There's around this
Don't we have
thing
a
and like
bit of a read?
maybe around this thing and like Castilla's gesturing with her arms the shape of it. Um, there's faint strands, not a proper one, but this is. I really want to go investigate, but I also don't want to start something. What if it's like ghosts? Because like if it's not a full soul line, but it's remnants, it could be people. Could have been people. Are people ghosts? Words?
Huh?
Yeah, I concur, huh?
Is Verse saying huh?
Oh, you're asking Verse.
No, Castilla's just talking to Alma. But who said the huh?
No, I'm me as Jesus, me as your DM, Jesse.
Castilla is trying to logic, and basically her track line of thought is soul lines equal partial souls because it's not true soul lines, but they're all flittering about. Maybe it's ghosts.
Okay. I thought you were asking a question. All right. I mean, like to me.
So it was
but this is
rambling to
in-
Alma.
Yep. Okay.
You know what, Dollface? I am not entirely sure I follow what you just said.
I think there might be ghosts here, or soul line
Undoubtedly.
remnants.
I mean, it looks old, it looks ancient. There's definitely got to be something sticking around if it's still here. Let me.
But soul lines don't linger, I guess, from what my understanding is, especially strands. Maybe it has something to do with the bones, the body.
While Castilla and Alma are figuring things out, Vikta is going to be going up to the runes. And first of all, does he would he be able to recognize them as as arcane runes, like anything he like wording he can recognize, or would because I'm also thinking of casting comprehend languages.
Mm. Okay, so initially at looking at them, they do give you some sort of sign of being arcane in nature, but there is, you can tell off rip knowing what some arcane runes look like. There is a almost a cursive to it, like an extra added uh, decorative nature to the runes. Something that would resemble a language, and you're not entirely wrong to think that. Um, so they're in the center of the shapes of these runes. You can ascertain some sort of arcane nature to the form and shape of it. But as the shapes or the lettering spread further off, they give also the incentive of being language or a language in nature, some sort of wording. What languages do you know?
Currently, Common and Draconic.
Okay.
I do. I do also know that you've like Runic
Uh-huh.
as a language, like uh, considering Victa's studies, and would he be able to, like, would that be one of the languages that he's considered proficient in, or
Hmm.
because
I
the way that you've described the way that you've described and used Runic in the campaign so far has just been a lot of like just like protective runes and whatnot,
mhm.
and a bunch of magic based things. So
You would know it somewhat. I don't think you'd be fully proficient in it, but you would know it enough.
okay,
I do think not necessarily mages tend to just know runic, besides reading runes by the nature of what they do. Um, but you are also an artificer, and
yeah,
artificers I would feel like would know even more, especially because they enchant things very often. Um, what level artificer are you?
level 5.
Level 5 artificer, and what level?
Level 5.
Okay, well,
5
you guys, yeah,
yeah,
you guys.
5 wizard, 5 artificer.
You know what? Sure, why not? I
All
feel
right.
like you've given it enough time to ascertain some sort of language from for runic. Um, that being said, the combination of things here is not giving you everything off rip. You know, you're getting some
Yeah.
of these runes. Some of these runes are giving you um, hints of perhaps a rune for displacement. There's another one that kind of says a rune for um, uh, transportation. And a lot of these runes, the ones that you can tell here and there, you know, those you can call out, but some of them you can't necessarily identify what the original intent was for them.
Okay. While I'm unable to get a strong grip or understanding of what this means, with the runes are are difficult to ascertain, but I I am able to recognize displacement and transportation. So I do not think, if anyone thinks that doing anything would activate it or things start to glow, then please stop whatever it is you're doing. I do not trust this to not send you halfway across the world.
No? Okay.
I,
Everyone's just silently staring at Vikda.
yeah,
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. I responded. I promise. Um. So maybe Bob was right. Not. Don't touch this. I don't
that
think we should.
that this was. Vurs?
He's almost completely focused in on looking at the structuring and everything of this. And as you call out to him, he kind of doesn't respond for a second, and you call off a second time, and he like snaps in. Yes, I apologize. What? Sorry, Victor.
All right. Did you? I'm get the. Recognizing a lot of the runes here as. Well, not a lot of them, but some of them as leading to this likely being some sort of teleportation circle. So I highly recommend not interfering or interacting with it too heavily. Do not
Very
know if it.
yes, very astute. Yes, I got that off of runes as well. There is also very small hints of necrotic energy around here, so that's not a good sign either.
That would explain the bodies.
Yeah. For once, I think I agree that my curiosity is not worth the answers, at least for today.
Yeah, I do not. For all we know, this thing charges off sword energy. Do not feel like being a battery. So basically saying that Vikta is 100% down to back off and go back to the car. He is heavily implying that.
You guys go ahead. Give me a few minutes. I promise I'm not going to touch anything. I'll be here in a distance.
Why don't we have somebody stay with you, just in case?
You, as long as you're out of earshot, then sure.
Sure.
That is happening. While Vurs is investigating, I could try and comprehend, get a better understanding of these runes.
I wouldn't get too close to them.
I don't think touching this more than we have would be a good idea.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you know what I've ascertained from this when we all get back to the car. I think I'm not too unfamiliar with what this is.
What do you recognize it as?
It's it's a gateway of sorts, but I'm sorry. It's a gateway of sorts. I've seen something like this before. It's not what it does or what it is that's throwing me off. It's how it's made. The craftsmanship's familiar.
Where do you recognize us from?
Perhaps I'll let you know. A different day. You know what? I think I'll be fine. We should probably go. I don't need the few minutes here to stand.
Better safe than sorry with this.
Vurs just begins to walk off towards the car.
Vikda waits. Vikda waits for him to pass and starts tailing him. Ensuring that Vurs is going back to the car.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of, you can see from his face, the side profile, whatever, you can visibly see that he's deep in thought currently.
All right.
Spis will follow behind everyone else back to the car, like in case something happens.
Okay. Is everybody going? No one's gonna do anything else? I just don't want to just grab the whole group and just throw them onto the car.
Yeah, fuck it.
All right.
Oh
The vibes
You're like,
are
yeah,
too
fuck it.
off.
Whoops. But yeah, fuck it.
my vibes here are
The vibes are too negative.
Castilla desperately wants to learn about whatever the hell those soul lines are, but she understands it is not a good time. Wait. Okay, she's actually gonna say wait out loud to the group. Okay, so I was telling Alma, there's these like half soul lines flittering about, these weird ones. What if I tried to read one of them to figure out what happened? Thoughts?
I could also try to seance talk to the ghosts if we need.
It's not touching
That-
the thing nor interacting with it, as far as we're aware.
That gives you an idea of what this that would assist in getting an idea of what this thing is for. So, and it's not directly tied with interacting with this. So I am willing to humor the idea.
Verse, is that something that might assist?
He just kept walking.
Still speaking to the empty air where Verse was. Never mind. Is he okay?
I haven't seen him like this before, and I mean, occasionally when it was especially dark tome, but not to something like this.
What do you
I
think he's wanting to do out of earshot?
I'm sorry, he wanted to do what?
he wanted to be left alone for a bit. to do something.
With this weird, giant, scary thing that everyone agrees not to touch.
He said, I said somebody should stay with him, just in case. And he told me, okay, just stay out of earshot.
That's interesting.
I haven't. It's not something he's ever done before. Asking me or someone to be out of earshot for his investigations. Figuring that out, maybe talking to the dead around here might give some insight.
All right, what are you gonna do? Oh no, go ahead.
Just say it. Let's just try and stay back as much as we can. I don't like this thing. This is like looking at the bones around, like very suspiciously, like full glittering down.
I don't like it either, honestly, but if we can gather anything, perhaps it can be helpful in preventing more of this.
Might be able to figure out who it is made for or by. So, yeah, Alma, do your thing.
Cool. What do I need to do to do seance? Because I have like an actual seance ability, but that's just to get proficiency for one long rest. What if I just want to talk to Ghost?
Let's just say your seance ability is not that proficiency for one long rest, and it is actually the ability to free cast Speak with Dead.
Oh,
Neat. I'm just gonna send that shit in.
Alfie, are you in my suitcase? Nikki, as you're doing that, I have a cat behavior question. Again, I'm going to text you.
Sure.
Cool, thank you.
Alma, you prepare the things you usually do, whatever the routine you do to form your seance to be able to speak with the dead. Are you just throwing a general invitation out, or are you picking off something? Because there, unlike normal Speak with the Dead, there is no body around to like grab. But from what you know, from what Castilla has been telling you, there are remnants of what looks like to be souls around. So there's two ways you can go about this. You can open seance, and something, whatever it is, can latch on if they want to, and that's what ends up speaking with you. Or with the assistance of Castilla, who can see the lines, you can probably pinpoint and pick off a rogue line and mayhap pick something like that.
Castilla would be happy to help if requested.
Yeah, I mean, it's built into the spirit session that help from other people helps.
Okay. So, you prepare your seance, and with the assistance of Castilla that can pinpoint these almost wisps flying around, you're able to catch one. One guides itself with your assistance towards the center of the seance, and a small apparition. A Normally you would get the multiple different ways of speaking with dead. Either the body raises and it speaks from the loose air within that's left, the remnants of a memories of a soul, or in this case, picking up a loose soul specifically. A form apparates of visually what the soul remembers it looks like. That gives you still a visual, but the visuals you get currently is almost a shape of a humanoid, lacking in details.
Okay. Hello, friend. Sorry to bother you. I'm sure you were resting or busy or otherwise, but I was hoping we could just have a quick chat, see what you know, uh, sort of learn about this place and learn about you if you are so inclined.
You get a pause, and then what do you want to know?
What do you know about that structure over there?
It hums with energy. It breathes life. It calls loose ether.
Does it connect to the ethereal plane?
It has not activated for as long as I've wandered here.
It's been here longer than you?
Yes.
Have you ever seen anybody approach it?
Besides the rest of you, occasionally individuals wander here.
What happened to
Only
them?
they are lured by its intrigue. Something else that wandered here originally uses it as bait.
Why does it need to bait people?
It doesn't need. It does it out of convenience. It wandered
For what
here.
purpose?
Souls.
What exactly does it use the souls for? Is it just nutrition?
Sustenance.
Okay. How have you avoided being eaten? I assume you're at least a piece of a soul.
We are trapped from the ether of the mechanism, and we are treated as backup sustenance.
So, if souls don't wander along and get consumed, you're the backup?
Yes.
Oh, well, I apologize. That sounds horrible. I suppose there isn't anything we can do to sort of send you along to the ethereal plane and away from this place?
Not that I know of. The mechanism traps ether within its radius. Before the stranger thing even arrived.
Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable before we head out, short of feeding ourselves to the machine?
Hmm. No. I am incomplete, and I will stay this way.
Well, I thank you for answering my questions. Do you have any questions you wish to ask me?
No, but I warn you of what lies in the sands.
A worm?
No. Valhazak.
Balasag. Who now?
Well, any more details on what that is, or
He. Uh, I don't know. I just know he's the one that lures the souls here. He. Hmm. Mind the ether poison. Too much in one place.
good to know. Thank you, and goodbye.
And
The way I sorry,
yep,
I
go
want to
for
flick.
it. No,
The
you
way
go
I
for it.
imagine that Alma does her spirit readings, I've gone really fucking heavy on the cards for her, so I imagine that she and anybody who um she's doing the reading with, she puts a tarot card in front of them. Every time she flips one over for herself, it's the star. I believe for Castilla it would be the Hanged Man. Y'all said. Um, and then she flips over a card to allow the ghost to sit in front of their card and speak. And then when she says goodbye, it's sort of like a Ouija board. She wants to make sure, she ends the conversation. She flips the card over, dismissing the ghost, and then shuffles it back into her deck. So, right. So, I don't know about you guys. I would think it's a great idea to not fuck with that right now because I don't think we know enough, and I would like to keep my soul where it is.
We should definitely eventually come back and remove this thing, but not right now. Unfortunately, this thing is going to have to stay.
Castilla just has this small, little horrified look on her face. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Alma.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm here for. I assume I have not really been given other directions.
Is there?
You did
Sorry, go ahead.
fine with this.
There is something you want to do, though. By all
Oh,
means.
I'm doing it.
What? Not getting your soul stolen?
Yeah, seeing the world and not getting my soul stolen is going to facilitate that.
I feel we should head back to the car.
Vikda,
Yes.
what would Vurs want to do with a machine that does this?
Vikta pauses as after that's asked. I do not know, and I'm worried to find out.
There are so many lines there. That's all she's gonna mumble before she starts to walk away.
Vikta is also gonna. Vikta also just says, I merely hope he was only. I merely hope we stopped him from falling to the siren. And before also leaving.
Who's the last to walk away?
Oh fuck!
What's your marching order?
Spis would be the
Still left first.
and Spis would be the one in the back. She'd make sure Alma went ahead.
Yeah, Alma would be one of the first to leave. She's a
Oh,
medium. She
Spis.
knows not to fuck with spirits or spirit-eating machines.
This there is, out of all the people here, you've been silent this whole time. There is a sickening feeling being near this area, but you can't pin it exactly coming from the direction of the mechanism. When you hear the name Valhazak, if your skin could have goosebumps, it would. But you don't know why. You, as everyone walks away ahead of you and you trail behind, you turn back to look one last time before you walk away, and you see one of the bones slip in the sand.
Oh! Ah!
No.
No.
Screaming.
And that's it.
So in
Oh.
classic Spis fashion, yeah, she just walks away.
Just please.
No,
Shove that one under the carpet.
no mention,
Guys.
no word. It's that's not my problem anymore. We're leaving.
Bring it the fuck out here.
Spis survives the horror movie. And that means
Guys, we might be getting as
Spis does.
backup characters.
oh god, Spis is both the best and the worst person to be the one to see that and to experience that.
I know, that's why it's perfect.
Yay, moving bones.
We,
The hash
Bef-
flashback.
before you go back, I turn to Circe as you're in the car. Is there anything
Causing
you-
mischief.
And is there anything you're doing?
I think she sort of just kind of sits, because I guess it's just as Castilla went to like give her, I think it was a hug or like some sort of physical comfort, and she like shrugged her off. She sort of sits there for maybe like 5 minutes, just in silence, just staring at the window, not really looking out toward where they've gone, just sort of like into the middle distance, before she stands up and just silently, even though we've obviously Parla's still here but asleep, and Sapph is here but at the back, you said? At the back of the vehicle?
Yeah.
She doesn't really acknowledge anyone. She just sort of starts looking for the sending stone that she threw, because she doesn't know that Vikda took it. So she sort of starts looking for it to see if she can find it anywhere.
And you look for about 5 minutes, and you don't find anything.
Like, she sort of feels it in herself, like, when you're like, when you start to panic and you get like kind of sweaty almost, because you're just like starting to freak out a bit. She's like peeks up from like one of the chairs that she's been looking under, and kind of looks up to Sapph, who was the only other conscious person, at the time. Did you, you didn't happen to see where my stone went, did you?
I believe I saw your friend Vikda pick it up.
Right. Okay. That's fine. I can ask for him back. It's fine. And he kind of swallows really thickly. Clearly very stressed out. After like having searched for a little bit, is Bob still time frame wise for like, almost 10 minutes? Is Bob coming back toward the car at that point?
You would see Bob heading back towards the car at that point.
Okay. I'll sort of like I'm sure his great unamusement, I clamber into the front of the car, looking out the front window, which I presume is facing the structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I clamber into the front where he was sitting in the driver's seat, and I like make direct eye contact with him, not in like a I'm gonna take the car, like not in like a cheeky way, but in like a I need you to come over here and talk to me, please. I'm having a mental breakdown kind of way.
Bob begins to walk towards the car, and as he sees you, there's kind of a nod of understanding. And he comes towards the car and he enters. All right, what's the matter?
Is it weird to say I don't know?
No, Circe, it's not weird to say you don't know. It's actually quite common to not know what the problem is.
I know you saw what happened in the car, and I know you were awake when we were in Eden, and I tried it the last time. Buck's your friend. Why do you think it worked, and then it didn't?
Circe, I am a man of critical thinking. I can be emotional at times, but unfortunately, reciprocating nice ways to say things is not easy for me. I do not believe there is anything. Guk would be a difficult person to get rid of. But unless there's some sort of matter of, I don't know, magic of some sorts, not allowing you to contact him around him, the only real other option of why it didn't work would be there's nothing for that to grasp. But well, how were you feeling the time you were able to speak to him? I wasn't there for the moment that you were able to contact him. You said there was, from what I overheard, there was a time where you spoke into the sending stone, and you heard a voice back to the stone that wasn't even supposed to work.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, desperate, sad, confused. I was thinking about this is a very, very long story, and forgive me for skipping to the very end of it, but there's like a family thing going on there, and I was thinking about that.
It seemed to me that perhaps you really wanted it to work, no matter what. You wanted it to be possible, whether it wasn't or not. There is something strange about all of you. All of you. I can't pinpoint it. An innate feeling, an uneasiness to some, and a comfort to others. A feeling that being around you gives me a sense of uncertainty.
I get that a lot.
It's not just you. It's all of you. You, Castilla, Circe and Vikda, and your new friend Alma that you've brought along. Yet no one else I get this feeling from. Individuals who have attempted to view your soul lines can, for some reason, not. And at the same time, I don't know. I have calculated the possibilities of what could have happened back there in Eden. And I was certain that war was inevitable. The ending, the inevitability of the threat, the gun firing off and hitting the capital of Paha and causing an influx, causing the continents to question each other on who will side with who, perhaps start some sort of realm war. I've seen it before. No, last time it was because of dragons. But against all odds, it didn't. While I was there in prison, while I was there witnessing and figuring out and finding out the horrors that would lie for the rest of the realm if left unchecked, there was nothing I can do, or anyone around me, no matter how we tried, before we got captured, to prevent it. And that's because the odds were against us. We were heavily outnumbered. We were in enemy territory. We knew that there was a trap at Source, at least I figured. But what was lying there was... I did not know the stake of it. And for some reason, whenever the rest of you are around, it almost feels like possibilities change. Circe, whatever it is that's happening with you and with your friends, perhaps in a state of intense emotion, you used subconsciously this ability you all innately have. Somehow making the impossible possible.
I like looking at it that way. We do have a way of coming out on top against the odds, it seems. Sometimes two impossible measures.
You aren't completely bounded by the ever trucking trails and tracks of fate. But who knows? Perhaps next time you try it, lean into this innate force you have. I will say, though, as my last warning to you, everything has its price. And that can be abused, should not. And if it is, the consequences can be dire. But fortunately for you, whatever it is, we don't know. Who knows? Maybe you do have some strange genie in the bottle ability that doesn't really have a consequence to it.
I mean, I feel like I feel like I don't want to say we, because I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I feel like we owe him. I owe him.
A good man. He's always has been. A bit skittish at the start, but when he finally got a backbone, he was inevitably the best of us. He kept a good heart. It helps that he's not a wizard. The lack, the vast thirst for knowledge.
He always did seem pretty magical.
Yes. I wasn't the only group he traveled with. We all mostly eventually settled when we came onto your realm, but not Gok. He wanted answers. Traveled with another group, and he looks out the window. Vurs was part of that group.
Oh.
That's the only reason why I know him. As well as the current queen of Stig Heist.
Yeah, we kind of figured that one. She seemed to know his name, well, vaguely his description. There was a whole time when we couldn't say his name or think about him, and then we could.
I forgot the last person. I lost track of them. I believe they had a shop somewhere in Stig Heist.
Was it Ishta?
Probably. Like I said, I loosely knew them. He's tough. We are innately unkillable, unfortunately. Through regular means. I've not experimented with everything, and God forbid I touch the warp and try to end myself that way. But my point is, he's adventured a lot more than I have, and he was still here when you met him. So he's hard to kill.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. You would hear the door open, and Vurs would walk in. The rest should be back soon.
Does he look like haggard like he did outside, or is he sort of cheered up on his way back to the car?
He looks a little occupied with thought. He gives kind of a glance to Bob, and then walks back to his seat.
Is everything okay out there? I say
Yeah.
to Bob.
Oh, yeah, everything's okay. Just the thing was a little strange, so.
Okay. Can I do like a quick little insight on Vurs? Is he now sat? Because like if I'm also in the front with Bob, is he now kind of sat in his actual seat? Because I'm probably like on the middle console.
Yeah, Bob's kind of like sitting on the seat, but like not facing the steering wheel, facing you.
Can I, from where I am, can I take a quick look at Vuz and just do like an insight just to see if there's anything that I can pick up on what it is that he's thinking? Because like I previously got yelled at for detecting thoughts on him without permission.
Go ahead, do an insight check.
Okay. Right. First roll. Pink, blue, or green? Dice wise, what are we picking?
Green.
Blue.
Ah!
Green.
Blue's a new one.
I heard green first.
Yeah, because I said green first.
That is how it works.
Plus 5. What do we got? Oh, it was terrible. That's not even worth telling you. It was a 4. So plus 5, so 9.
Better than that one.
Better than true. Better than that one.
No, you can't read what's going on with Vurs.
They just look a little grumpy.
Yeah, he just looks deep in thought.
I'll leave him to it. I'm not smart enough to figure out what it is that he's thinking. Yeah, I guess I just sort of leave Bob off with like I kind of like sort of if he sat like sort of facing me, I sort of like lean a little toward him, like and put my head on his like arm or shoulder, and I'm like, "Thank you again. I don't know how awkward this is. If it felt good in my head for a second, and then now it doesn't feel like this was the correct option to pick."
It's fine. I'm just not used to that. But it's I understand. It's okay. No problem. Circe.
Thanks.
Families can be complicated.
You have no idea, or maybe you do.
Oh, I know. I know families can be absolutely complicated.
It's true. I don't know anything about your family, so it could be equally as confusing.
Would I don't like to reveal a lot about myself. All I can let you know is that I'm not entirely a tiefling.
Huh. Like it's on your mom, your dad's side. Is that too much? I'm sorry. I'm kind of a prober.
Oh, no, you can try to figure it out. I won't tell you.
I like it. It's smart. I am very curious though, so I will get it out of you. Just like I'll let you make me let me drive this car at some point.
It's not gonna happen, but okay.
It's a long ride, Bob. It's a long ride.
Yes, it is absolutely a long ride. Right. And at the time, the rest of you would come back to the car.
Okay, I do just want to confirm that with
Yeah.
Alma's tarot reading, the conversation would have been public and like audible to the entire group. So, Vikda would have been able to hear about Val Hazak.
Yeah, you all would have heard it. Everyone who was present, yes.
All right. Yeah, Bob, you were correct in distrusting that structure. Do you,
Yeah, I figured.
does the name Valhazak remind you of anything?
Uh, Valhazak. Val.
It was spoken by a spirit that Alma spoke with, and that the structure itself is apparently effectively a silence call.
Hmm. Let me see. Yeah. No, actually, unfortunately, it does not. Other than the loose language of the name, its draconic nature means pale, sallow strength. Honestly, for anything like that, you're better off asking Red if you ever meet him again.
All right, I'll be sure to remember. I'll try to remember it if we ever encounter him again.
Yeah, of course. Everyone ready to go? We have a little bit left of daytime before we have to make camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I clamber back out of the front seat, back into my chair.
Yeah, we should probably try and put some distance between this.
I don't like
Let's
this
get out of
place.
here.
All right. Omnigrates. And the carve activates, and you're off. Doesn't take long before you reach a point where you have to take rest. You are now, let us look at the map to see, give you a distancing currently. Okay, there we go. All right. So, where you end up making camp, the car stops. Bob comes out and he says, this is as good a place as any. And as he steps down onto the sand, you hear it. Thump. Well, well, well. Grass. It's dark and it's hard to tell, but it seems like we're officially out of the desert.
Nice.
Just barely, though.
Definitely seems that way.
All right, folks, we're going to set up camp. Who's keeping watch?
I can take the first watch again.
I'll take watch with you if that's okay, Victor.
All right.
I can take second.
I'll take third then.
Alma, but Alma, would you want to accompany Castilla so she's not
Sure.
alone with taking watch? All right. Should
What about Spis? They
leaving
feeling alright?
Spis. If
I mean, I can be wherever I'm needed.
I think, because isn't it Castilla and I, we can't see in the dark, right?
Mhm.
So it's probably best if Alma stays with you. Vikta can see in the dark, so he's good. And Spis, you can see in the dark, right?
Yep. I can see, yes.
So unless Sapph wants to join anyone, or Bob, or Vurs, but
I can join anybody. It doesn't really matter. Oh, actually, Alma. I
Yeah.
would enjoy a conversation with you,
Oh, sure.
preferably in private in one of the watches, but it doesn't have to be. It could be with
I
someone
can
else.
do watch with Spis if that's what you wish to do.
If you are comfortable with it, I don't want to put anyone at unease. Is that fine?
Did the bot just die or is it just me?
No, I switched it.
Okay. Thank you.
Alma?
I said yes.
Oh. Alright. So on you two, third watch. We enter first watch. I need Vikta and Circe to roll. And I need you to not try to bite my wires back here.
Loki.
that Loki caused chaos.
come on, let him access the forbidden licorice.
I
Yeah,
support
that's
Loki's
forbidden.
rights and wrongs.
Perception. 17.
Oh god, trash again.
What are you doing, you silly
It's
cat?
not even worth it.
Jesse, Loki's influence is spreading.
No, he is. He is a
Child.
warlock, so it makes sense.
Where is the damn cat? Now I'm looking. Oh my god.
Bro might have Zoomy. Bro might be
Well,
going
bro
crazy.
sounds like he's knocking stuff off the counter, but he's not allowed to be. Where are?
Yeah, that sounds like zoomies.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like when cats have zoomies, just drum and bass is consistently playing in their head.
It
No,
should.
it's fucking
Alfie.
honestly any like high energy song or
There you
like would
are,
be
you
appropriate.
bastard. Get over here.
Our cat has the Benny Hills song going on.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so mad at me. I'm sorry, Alfie. I'm sorry. Everyone gets to enjoy Mad Cat ASMR.
It's okay.
Going to your room. I'm sorry. It's time.
Okay. Well, for now, there's you guys don't really see anything, and you guys can do what you want for the night.
Stinky cat.
There's
I-
conversation to be had. Yeah.
Yeah. Having kind of the only thing on her mind, really, and Sapph ratted him out really quickly without questioning, really, at all. As they're sort of, I imagine, sitting by the fire, just sort of chilling for a bit. She would kind of turn to Vikta and just be like, Vikta, Sapph said that you had the stone. Could I get it back, please?
Oh, yes, Victor saying this while digging into his bag. I grabbed it when after your last attempt
Yeah.
and threw it, and suppose I gotta take this out. Rem, let go of that. Here we go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Apologies for not returning this sooner, but I was also partially waiting for you to. Felt better to wait for you to ask for it.
I'm sorry.
You are quite all right.
Yeah.
You are clearly invested in. You are the most invested in wanting to find Gluck, and I do not blame you for that.
I know, just that doesn't really feel like me. And whenever I act out, it kind of sets me on edge a little bit. You know, hey, I'm the happy one, I'm the fun one. So when I'm not the happy or the fun one, it kind of sets me on a loop. But
you don't always need to be. You're not just defined by a set of emotions. We all have. I mean, there's a range of emotions that you are capable of feeling that you shouldn't that you shouldn't feel the need to suppress yourself from.
yeah, I know. I just, when you just sort of like, whenever you like grow up and you have like, when people have like expectations of like who you are, that was sort of always, that was the Circe expectation. I was the fun one, I'm the dumb one, I'm the does whatever she wants and doesn't think about it one. Kind of always felt weird to deviate from it. And then I guess I shove things down a lot. So then it kind of turns into a little bit of anger. Which is probably not great when you're prone to like setting things on fire.
That is also understandable, but but you shouldn't need to feel. Life is all about changing, growing and changing. You shouldn't. I When I was growing up, I didn't have that sort. I didn't have that same experience. So, but I can tell it's some. I can tell it's stayed with you.
I don't know. It's one of them. I don't really. I feel like I'm going through a phase of struggling to regulate, and it might be because everything happened and Raven died, and now life feels very. I feel very mortal, which I guess I didn't before. God.
I can. This is understandable. Having someone close to you die. Unfortunately, I've encountered the feeling several times now, but.
And how did you get over it? Did you ever get over it?
It's difficult to get over it. It's almost impossible, but the best way to continue is by living life. Not what doing your best to honor the dead by living life to the fullest. Or at the very least, the best you can.
Darcy kind of like rummages through her bag briefly. And she pulls out the amethyst flower that Raven gave her and sort of kind of twists it and turns it for a second and then kind of holds it out for Vikda to look at. I don't know how long or if you're able to do anything. I have this thing, like a spell that I'm almost certain I know how to do, but I need something that has an engravement on it, like a magical one. Do you think you'd be able to do anything with this? And I hold out the amethyst flower to him.
Vikta takes the flower very carefully, and I'm I'm sure I'd be able to. I will try my best. What I I don't exactly have. I don't have any specialized tools for engraving in crystal. Though granted, I don't exactly have many tools specialized in engraving at all. But what sort of engraving would you want? Would you require?
Um, it's just like a visage, an image of a dragon. It doesn't specify, so I'm gonna say, um, just something like a one of. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a fey dragon before, but I was thinking something like that, but just very simplified. You know, some butterfly wings on a dragon or something.
I I suppose I could. And I have seen fey dragons before, more though not in person, documented in books. But I I will do my best.
And you know, if you ever wanted to meet a fey dragon, I've got one of them too.
Oh, uh, what what is their name? Along with the rest of you, what is their name?
um, her name's Danica. Um, she she was my probably one of my first pets. Mom gave her to me, so she's a little grumpy because she's kind of a little old lady, but she's adorable. But she's sort of my like only link to dragons. So when people say dragons in any shape or form, that's all I imagine. So
That is certainly an image to be stuck to have.
yeah,
To associate with dragons, fey
a,
dragons.
a little tiny dragon with butterfly wings. Like every time you talk about that, you said the dragon that I think Alma worships that you kind of sort of followed. That's all I was thinking in my head. Was like a little tiny dragon.
I'm sure Bahumet would find it very amusing.
Wouldn't smite me for my I don't know rudeness. I, I don't know a lot about religion or dragons.
Well, I mean, fey dragons aren't exactly. I mean, Bahamut is more linked to metallic dragons, gold, silver, bronze, the sorts.
Huh.
But I do not feel I. But he is also he is also known to have his own fair share of tricks that he pulls. The the most well-known story of Bahamut, outside of those that worship him, is the man with canaries.
The man with canary, like the bird.
Yes, it's usually a warning to not. It's usually a warning, but can be seen as a sort of comedy story that of not of to not to that if you see a man with seven canaries on the road, to not he is the absolute last option to rob on rob on the road,
I love that.
Because that man is very likely to be Bahamut, and those canaries would actually be ancient golden dragons.
Oh no.
So not exactly something not exactly a road bandit would be capable of handling.
Yeah. I will keep that in mind if we ever pass a man with a lot of birds. Just don't even look at. Can we help him? Is that against the rules? Or is it just don't interact with him at all?
I do not doubt he would be open to conversation, as long as you do not wish him harm as long as you do not wish him harm or have any malintentions with the interaction, then I'm sure he would carry along his way. He is he is he has a lot better outlook on things and other beings his than his counterpart Tiamat.
I suppose that's why Alma likes him so much. Him?
I do suppose.
It's a little bit weird. Don't really understand any of it. I'll slowly come to understand. It's a lot of these sort of material plane gods are not transferable. So I sort of learn of them as I go.
But well, you will have plenty of time with plenty of time to adventure and learn.
Who knows what the world will bring? I mean, fate doesn't know who we are, so we make our own rules, I guess.
And with what we've encountered so far, I feel that we have plenty. Will encounter that we have only reached the tip of the strangeness.
That is so true.
I just hope we find something more. Hope what we find is more on the amusing side.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
as opposed to whatever the hell Valentis was.
Yeah. Less of eyeball death, less of eye stalks in hell, and more of like, hey, even the time travel. I liked the time travel better than I liked eye stalks in hell.
Like for once, could we encounter kobolds in a trench coat, as opposed to a beholder controlling a city?
Controlling a city, robots can do that. Yeah, maybe the warp will be nice to us. Oh, speaking of, what phase is the moon? Can we see Mizu right now, or is Mizu not within sight of us?
No, Mizu, you guys are out of the thing. You can see Mizu just fine.
What phase are we looking at?
I believe the last thing I told you guys was Mizu was a new moon.
This is when we're like looking up phases of the moon.
So Mizu would just be a sliver right now.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're safe. Nobody panicked. Cool. No worries. I get a little panicked. Because that's the thing, isn't it? It's like anytime anything, well, not anytime, but sometimes weird things happen when it's a full moon. So now we can keep an eye on it again.
Definitely feels better to be able to see the sky.
It does. It also kind of feels a little weird knowing that there's someone on the moon now. But I try not to think about that too much.
Is a lot to think about, so it gets muddied in the water.
Yeah.
All right. Is that everything?
I am. Vikta is third level. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Vikta as an artificer has the feature, the right tool for the job. Basically, after an hour of uninterrupted work, can make a set of artisan's tools nearby. Would there be enough time? Would he have an hour of uninterrupted time?
If you started from the beginning, then yes. Well,
Okay.
actually, your guys' watch should be more than an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. So I am going to use that feature, and I'll let you guys do the other watches while I figure out what probably a jeweler is a set for an amethyst flower, but I'll still try and see if there's a
Can we make a
some
jeweler's
some.
set real quick?
I mean, Circe asked him to
It
engrave a
makes
gemstone,
sense.
so like
Figure out
he's
how to
not.
engrave that.
I do not think his alchemist supplies would suffice.
You don't have diamond cutters? What are you doing?
Yeah, no.
All right. So then we go into the next watch.
That would be Spis and Castilla then, second watch.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm coughing.
Go.
uh, okay.
Spis will kind of just go sit by the fire. Need to roll perception, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Spis might see things.
Sorry, getting it up.
It's okay.
Can I help you, Rowan? You're sitting at me so calmly. 21.
The one without dark vision sees better than the one with dark vision.
It's because
Mhm.
of the anxiety.
The other one's busy seeing all the shades of gray, all 50 of them. It's very distracting.
Mm.
Oh
The kicker
boy.
is these two are the ones who actually actively read the smut novels together, but
Oh god.
That is
Dark
true.
vision is a blessing and a curse.
ye old smut.
Oh no.
All right. So, what are you guys gonna do?
There's something you want to do, Val?
I don't. Spis is just gonna kind of sit there and look at Castilla. I should I have tried to dismiss those souls, or send them back to the
I mean, I wish we could try, but from the sounds of it, it would have been dangerous. It was a lot of soul space.
Yeah. Don't particularly feel like losing my bones. Also,
Yeah. Yeah. I think they've been there for a while. A very long while.
Yeah,
Did you want to do that?
I thought about it, about trying. But considering it was actively eating the bones, I don't think it would have been a good
I'm
idea.
sorry?
The bones. They were going into the sand?
They were doing what now? Spis.
Spitz is just like kind of Spitz just kind of like turns to Costello with like a tilted head, like what? What's wrong?
You did. It was actively consuming things?
When we were leaving, I don't know about the whole time, but we
So
were
it.
leaving.
Spis. You need to talk up when you see those things, please.
But we were leaving.
It still could have been close. Spis. Leaving or not, we were there.
Hmm. Mm, that's true.
Sorry, did you say something Bella couldn't hear?
Oh, it's, it's just kind of like hummed and hawed and was like, that's true. Does not look convinced. The
Priscilla just looks stressed. Pure stress. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine.
I mean, we're probably far enough. No.
Mm, uh, I'm gonna say no, but that's just my opinion.
Well, if it comes and eats us tonight, then maybe it'll be a problem. But I don't think it's gonna come this far out. If it has other things to it, I don't think it can really move anymore. You know?
Still, it could potentially lure one of the others. I mean, Bob was pretty intent on checking it out until he seemingly just wasn't interested anymore.
Mm, he hasn't been very active then, or hungry. Maybe it lured someone recently. That'd be sad.
It would be.
Mm. Do you think, um, why does, s- why does Cersei care so much for this Guk? Who is he?
Uh, Guk, right? You never got to meet him. Okay. And Castilla's gonna whip out her little journal and flip to one of the beginning pages and open up one of the sketches she has of Guk towards the beginning, obviously looking extremely anxious, and hold it up. So you've seen Anastasia. This is her brother Guk.
uh,
Before we knew they were related and all of this, we had run into Guk After investigating a rat sewer, it was a thing. Uh, he showed up and was like, "Hey, I think something's wrong with your friend. I need to check it out." And we were all suspicious, and yet something told us to talk to him, and then he kickstarted a lot of this. But Guk is Circe's uncle,
Hmm.
which is weird to actually admit that out loud. He was is a very kind man, in my opinion. I remember from what I can. He was nice. He worried about us. He sacrificed himself for us when we were attacked by impulse, which we didn't know at the time. I don't remember much of what happened after I went unconscious, um, because of things. That's when Victa was stabbed a lot. That's and she just pauses for a sec. Anyways, he is a good man, from what I know. And I think it's safe to say we probably be dead or off doing our own things and then end up dead somewhere else without him. So.
Hmm. I see. Hmm. Well, I hope we can find him then, for at least Circe, if not the rest of you.
Thank you. Um, I hope so too. I miss him, even if I only knew him for a short bit.
Hmm. Spis just kind of nods and like looks off.
Do you have any friends or even family you miss?
Um, well, I never had friends. There was this very nice raccoon in the woods. I think I told you about.
Old Lady of the Woods?
Raccoon.
Sorry, raccoon? Yes, you were telling me about a raccoon.
Yes, but I. As for family, I miss who I remember. Whether or not that's who they are. It's weird being separated
That's
from your twin.
I expect that to be.
There's just someone out there with my face. But I don't know if I'll get to really see him much again.
Do you want to? Or do you want to remember the memory?
I don't know. Part of me wants to stay in the memory, but another part of me wants to leave her in the woods. So much of me is stuck because of everything that happened in the past. I don't really know what would happen
Perhaps you don't have to move on yet, if you don't want to move on. I mean, if it's what we go through is a part of us, that much is true, and I don't think it will forever go away. um, I mean, you. How do I put this? Guess what I'm trying to say is that it's part of your soul. I don't know how else to relate it, but those bits weave together and make up you. And without that, you wouldn't be the you I know. And I wish that you hadn't had to have gone through all that to be here. But it's happened. We can't go back and change it. We can't wave our hands and magically make things better. But we can learn and grow and change. I like that we have that ability to change. Excluding fate and all of whatever this is with us, we're allowed to continue.
I suppose it is nice to continue.
There was a time I didn't think I would ever leave that castle.
Sometimes I feel like I'm still in the woods, if I'm honest. But it's kind of very clearly in a desert.
That makes sense. There's times I wake up and I feel I'm still in my room, shut away.
If if I ask you a selfish favor, would you possibly be willing to humor me?
Of course.
Um, the scrying orb.
Mhm.
I don't really quite get how all this magic stuff works. Do you need to actively know somebody to scry on them? Or can you be told about somebody?
I've typically done it in the sense of knowing the person. For example, we tried it on my father, and I was the one to use it, but then when Circe was scrying on her family, she used it, and then Vikda used it for Vurs, and so on. It's not hard. I could talk you through it. Is there someone you want to see?
Well, I was hoping if you could look for my sister. Oh, did we use the orb today? Shoot.
We did, but it's the middle of the night, and if we're second watch, does that mean midnight hits and it resets? Question mark.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not sure if this checks out. Yeah, probably. You can probably still use it.
Hold on, let me Google.
how do how do scrying orbs work?
What are the scrying orb charges? Get out of here, Gemini. Hold on.
I mean, maybe Queen Isla was nice and was like, yeah, midnight seems like the time that it would tick over.
I mean, when else would it take over, really?
No,
Well,
sure.
Technically, am I using this is the spell scrying. No wonder I'm confused. Hold on. Okay, so
makes
problem.
sense.
There's no such thing as a scrying orb. However, it says there's a casting time of 10 minutes.
Nah, it's because
Actual
your
scry
mummy's
spell.
so good. Peninsula's the best. She just made an orb.
She just has it. Maybe mom was cool and said midnight. Do you want to try and scry with your sister? If hold on. If you're not comfortable doing that, and I quick read your soul line to see your sister, perhaps I can get a quick understanding to scry on her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable with what might happen.
Yeah. My my mic was not working there for a second. Sorry.
You're good, you're good.
Yeah, that would probably work. I was hoping you could scry on her and not tell me. I just
You don't want to know.
I want someone to know. But I don't
How about this?
want to be the one.
I'll know, and then I'll open my journal and write/draw what I see. And then I'll fold it up into a tiny piece of paper and put it in your bag so that if you ever want to know, it's there.
Yeah, that would work too. Yeah.
We can do both. I won't tell the others. It will be my secret.
Thank you for humoring me.
Of course. Thank you for being here. And Castilla's gonna try and focus on Spis's soul line. Think I need a memory.
I have one.
Time frame?
About 6 years ago.
I'll do my best. Castilla would like to try and read Spis's soul line approximately 6 years ago to find said sister.
If Spis is actively thinking of a memory, would that be easier for it to find?
That would be like what Circe can do. Detect
Yeah,
thoughts.
Castilla
Yeah.
can't. She needs to like hone it in, which is tricky. Like the one time she did pearls and got a super specific response was because she was like super specific on her time placement.
Mm.
Like, oh, I want to see the exact moment we were unconscious, but Pearl was there, like that.
Yeah.
So if you can give more detail, that might help her.
Okay.
Like it was on my 6 years ago on my birthday.
It was 6 years ago on the day she was kicked out.
Oh shit. Great. This is gonna be great.
uh,
6 years ago on the day Spis was kicked out. That's what Castilla's gunning
yeah.
for.
Because the most recent memory she has of her sister is her seeing her lying passed out on the ground.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, before we do that, we're gonna take a 10-minute break because if not, it's never gonna happen.
Oh no.
And you guys deserve a break.
Yippee! So do you, Jesse.
After
I need to use the bathroom, so you're not wrong. I'll be back.
after the torment
I'm
we
gonna
gave
do
them.
the same. Bear back.
I'm tired. I need a long rest. I was having this exact same debate with Emily the other day about the scrying spell because the phrasing of scry makes it seem like you don't have to know what they look like at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to think right. So I said, I was saying, I'm wondering, because it says that they're familiar, not that you actually know what they look like,
Yeah.
just that you know about them. So it's like I'm wondering if you were able to give like a really good description of someone and then be like, yeah, it's my sister. Would that then work for scry? But it's like one of them spells, and I think it's all about judging your DM's discretion kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I like to think it's because Queen Isla is great,
Cause
and she makes a really cool scry orb.
she's just that cool and powerful.
Yeah, it already bypasses the save that you have to make, or they have to make. So she's already done something pretty powerful with it.
Yeah. Apparently,
It was
yeah.
our best gift.
The caster. Oh god, if we want to use the scrying orb though again today, we're gonna have to be like, nope, we used it. Don't ask why.
Don't ask why we looked anywhere. It's not relevant.
Don't worry about it. Totally had a reason.
Fine.
Very good reason. No further questions.
No. Sassy doesn't want to use it anymore. Now that she has the spell, it feels really bad if she uses it. So she's like, she won't ever ask to use it anymore, other than that one time that failed with Gurk, and she's not going to do that again because it failed.
Yeah.
She feels bad.
I completely
No.
forgot we had used the or
Yeah, a failed attempt. But yeah, it makes sense if it's midnight. I think that makes perfect sense. The only other thing that it would be like from like when you casted the spell, like that would be the day from like the point that you used it. But
yeah.
if you're saying like a day, that means midnight to like most people. And I feel like spells would think that too.
Yeah, because if you cast a spell like before you go on a long, before, like right before you take a long rest or something, or if
Yeah.
it'll still be reset no matter how long before the long rest it's been cast.
Yeah.
So,
Like in theory, all of your abilities that are like, this resets on a long rest. It doesn't matter if you did it like 2 seconds before the long rest. It would, in theory, would reset. So it would make sense
yeah.
that it would be on the dot of midnight to be like, yep, this is when that resets. So I think that makes perfect sense. Spis doesn't want to see. Spis is like, I don't. I would like maybe the option.
Why are all of Spis and Castilla's like watches together? They always end up emotional.
Take a look and see if my sister's dead, but don't tell me if she's dead, or don't tell me if she's alive. Just don't tell me anything.
Yeah.
Just you know.
I need some.
Write it on a bit of paper.
I had this idea of like, oh my god, Spis would totally ask somebody to do that. It just kind of came up at the perfect moment. Castilla's like, do you miss anyone? Is there anyone like dang?
You're like, I'm honing in on that. Yes, I do. Tell me if my sister's dead, but don't. I like the idea of writing it down just to give Spis that
Hello.
agency of like the answer is here if you need it, but you don't have to.
What's up?
We're discussing the orb and stuff.
I'm fearful, but also like I'm worried I'm gonna get pulled into secrets, so it actually is a secret to Spis.
It might be. Yeah, is your sister there? You just say, "Yep, I'm gonna scry on Spis's sister," and then you just disappear.
Oh,
no,
well,
come back.
I've been told I get to narrate this one, so I'll give you that.
You get to narrate. Oh, the vision that
yeah.
Castilla's gonna see. Right. Okay.
Shit.
I pull.
Do you?
I pull.
You're
the
gonna pull the
memory.
memory.
Belle drags my ass into secrets.
Yeah.
Because do you know if Spiss's sister is alive or dead? Is that a thing you know, or have you just
No.
left that?
I have no
Oh,
idea. And Spiss.
oh.
And that won't be in the memory. I'm not deciding that. Castilla won't know it. Castilla. Or wait, no. Hold on.
You get to tell me about like
I-
the day she got kicked out,
Yeah, I'm narrating
not
the timeline
the
thing.
scry.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to, because I wouldn't know what. I don't know if she's alive or not, so I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, so I guess you're narrating the soul line vision
Yeah.
that Castilla's gonna get to get the picture right. Okay.
So I'm
I'm
Hmm?
so curious because if the sister is dead, Castilla's gonna be sad and like very mournful for how the family didn't hurt not one but two of their children for something stupid.
Yeah.
But then there's also the other possibility of, oh shit, and
She's totally fine.
I don't want to say what because I don't want to spoil. Just know Castilla's gonna be like fuck. By the way,
No matter what. This is...
she's being entrusted with a big important
Mm.
decision.
The real question is Emily gonna tell us? If you do get pulled into secrets, are you gonna tell us whether or not it's just
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep quiet.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play that very seriously. Because Castilla promised to keep it secret.
She did.
We'll know when everyone else. We'll know when the actual party. Oh God.
You wanted this, Vel.
I did want this, and it's going just as horrifyingly as I hoped. Oh no. But now
I'm
I
so
also
excited
have to,
for.
yeah, I have to figure out how to narrate.
How dare!
Yeah. Are you gonna give us a
You're telling a story to your sister.
Oh no. I
We're
have,
all gonna learn. We're gonna learn together.
I already have an idea of how it all went down, but just narrating that out, it's gonna be a time.
Falling adventure. I need a 45-minute rap sheet on why Spiss left. Why did she get kicked out? What happened? Did anyone come and try and save her from her fate?
No.
No. They were just like, nah,
Just no.
see you later.
Oh, but I'll have to tell it, cause. Okay, so with the soul line thing, do you see it from? Would you be seeing it from Spiss's eyes, or would you be seeing it as a third person?
I think third person because several times when she's done it, she's been a ghostly figure,
Okay.
just vibing because she was. Because if it was Spiss's perspective, then she would have been like born, if that makes sense. Because she
Yeah.
got to see Spiss be born
That's right.
in that one. So I'm gonna say third person.
Castilla gets to experience birth.
God,
She would have
that's the
experienced
nightmare.
it several times, considering how many friends she's checked out. Hi, Nikki.
I just got the weirdest DM from Jesse.
Oh fuck.
Never mind, I got a message from
So
Loki.
Alma getting contacted by Sapph, huh?
What?
Sapph wants to talk to Alma, and I'm very curious.
Yes.
Dragon lady wants to talk too. They totally not prophecy Alma.
Normal amount of prophecy.
Totally
which
normal
is
though.
definitely 0.
I need all of you to
Definitely.
look yourself in the eyes and tell me that you're allowed to tell me what is and is not fucking normal.
Spis is also under a prophecy, technically, of sorts. So.
Yeah, it's a
Say it
normal
to
amount
her.
for this group.
We're all under a prophecy. Alma just has 2 going on.
Besides, is it a prophecy if it's not done yet? No.
It's a
It's in the
foreshadowing.
works.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device.
Yeah. So can a prophecy. A prophecy can be a narrative device too if you try.
All right.
Jesse, did you pass on the
Weird.
message to Loki?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good.
Kiss that cat on the forehead.
The weird message I got from Jesse, it was Loki.
Yeah, this is
Aw.
what Loki specifically told Belle, by the way, when I came back from the bathroom.
He's trying to DM.
Yes.
Glorious.
It popped up in the corner of my screen of like my main monitor. And I was like, I just saw the 89898989, and I was just like, what? I go over and I'm like, okay, even more. What?
It's a code. You have to break it.
Oh god. If I
That
don't
will reveal the true answer.
break it, we can't scry.
No, this
You-
is the Wi-Fi code to be
Oh,
able
hell
to
yeah.
subscribe.
Wi-Fi code
Shit.
connects to the robot body. Your Bluetooth device has now been connected. Oh,
Imagine
Jesus Christ.
just finishing entering the Wi-Fi code, and you got one of the M and J's in the wrong order.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Horrifying.
I did J and M on the 6th line, 2nd column.
And of course, it deletes the entire thing, because fuck you.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back. What are we doing?
Still is gonna be long.
Yeah. Castilla.
You're going
Still is.
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Castilla is going to read Spis's soul line to meet the sister who's supposed to be dead 6 years ago, the day Spis was thrown out, and then from seeing that, hopefully scry to get the answer on if Spis's sister is alive or dead. Then she's going to proceed to draw it, fold it up, and give it to Spis, while also keeping it a secret.
All right, you go into scry into the soul line, you go into view into the soul line, the memory of a specific moment in Spis's past. What does she see, Val?
The first thing. Well, first I want to clarify. Would she be third person, like right next to Spis?
It would be in your perspective.
From Spis's
Ooh.
perspective. Okay.
Yes.
Then first thing Castilla sees is she is up in the rafters above this long, very nice hallway. And just hears from below, in like a bit in the distance, you can hear yelling, lots of yelling. Or a man comes storming down the hallway. He's tall, has like black and white hair, and his skin is more of a white blue with like can't think of what it's called, but like splotches of different color, like a darker gray blue around it. He comes storming up and seeing Spicitus in the rafters. He just yells, "Spicitus! You!" Grabs her by the leg and just pulls her down from the rafter before dragging her down the stairs. You dirty little! Can't believe you go this far. And getting to the bottom of the stairs, he's just muttering, whole time cursing out Spiss. Spiss is not moving to resist, too. She's just letting herself be dragged. And they get to the bottom of the stairs, and there is a ton of people, all Air Genasi, and in this, there's two people specifically on the floor, leaning over and checking this young girl who looks remarkably like Spiss. Main difference is that her hair, rather than being the white, is a white with shoots of gray through it. But she looks about, I think about 12. And as soon as the man drags Spiss into the room, it's quiet. And he kind of drops her and turns and looks, says, "What do you have to say for yourself?" and points to the girl lying on the ground. It's very... it's a lot of Spiss is stammering, trying to look around. What? I didn't do, I didn't. And then there's just a bunch of yelling. Can't really quite... There's a lot of yelling and blaming. And then another man comes down the stairs, the same stairs Spiss was dragged down, with a little bottle in his hand. I think it's time for this. I think it's time for her to go. This is too much. And hands over the vial to the man who dragged Spiss. And you, he points at Spiss, you ever come here again, you will not. You will not be treated as family. You are not of this family anymore. And Spiss, looking around the room, everyone's quiet. Nobody's stepping forward. And you see a boy about Spiss's age, 17, who looks like Spiss. But with shorter hair. And he just turns and leaves the hall. He leaves the room. And Spiss stands. I didn't do anything, but I didn't. This wasn't me. I wouldn't. I don't know what's. Is she okay? She is not your concern. And Spiss is grabbed again by the shoulder by the man and basically brought to a big wood door and just shoved out. And that's where the memory ends.
How, in all of that, how close could Castilla see the face of the sister?
Spis would have been about maybe 10 feet away. Pretty close. Spis was she's lying on the ground, and Spis was basically shoved to the ground, like next to her, almost.
Oh, God. Okay. Um, Coming back, Castilla is gritting her teeth, trying to be like, ha 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 ha, I'm so fine, that was so fine. I'm not gonna kill your parents, Spiz. Okay. There are a lot of choice words I can use. I'm going to suppress them for now. Your sister, her name?
Nebulosa.
Nebulosa. Okay. And Castilla's gonna take the orb, hold it in her lap, think about the young girl. Nebulosa. Inscribe.
Okay. Your vision fades to black for a second, as per nature of the scrying orb. And you are somewhere familiar. The outer walls of the castle. The capital of Stigheist. Oh, well, technically, actually, the capital is the city, not the wall.
Mhm.
Your home. Your vision enters within a room on a bed lies slight older than before. Not by much. Sleeping in peace. Nebulosa. Door opens. And off. Unfortunately, not in your field of vision. You hear two individuals enter, a male and female voice. As a guard enters as well. Right. I will keep watch. Your Excellency. Yeah, I will report if anything changes. The doors close, and the guard is just slightly off within the scry's perspective it gives you. Oh, things are changing very fast. You get pulled back from your vision and you back in your current state.
Castilla's gonna do her best to keep neutral emotions. Rip out a page of her journal. Draw the sleeping nebulosa. Include written on the paper where she zoomed in on the relation to the castle and or the well. So can I clarify? Because that was a weird description. Is it the castle itself or the capital wall?
Sorry, I said capital, but the capital of Stikheis is Alicia, which is not. No, this is it was Isladir.
Yes, Islathier.
Yeah.
So, and is that a city itself, or is that only the like is it a city or just a castle?
It is mostly a castle. There are
Sorry.
some homes. It's okay. There are some homes on the outer edge where most of the guards
Mhm.
house, since they prefer them to be housed nearby. Um, you should know because it's your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would know if Nebulosa is inside the castle or not.
It's strange that she's in your castle. You don't know Nebulosa. You've just met Spis.
Mm-hmm. But there were two individuals and then some sort of guard. So still just gonna document that. Inside
From
castle question mark.
from the little bit you can see from the guard, part of him was in visual. He was wearing the typical uniform your guards would have.
God, we okay. Yeah, still document that and say on the paper alive and then draw the sleeping girl. Fold it up and just hand it to Spis.
Spis kind of takes it, like looks at it, and then shoves it into her bag without like looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry about the memory. It's the most recent I've seen her.
It makes sense. I'm so sorry you had to experience that.
It's in the past. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Spis is gonna like turn almost away from Castilla, but it's gonna like lean on her. And just kind of
Could still
stare out.
probably mimic it.
All right. This ends your watch. Last watch.
Wee.
Okay, that's weird. Never mind. Uh, yeah, my Discord was acting strange.
It was
Okay, so yep.
I was making a joke. Sorry if I go on.
No, it's okay. Uh, Alma, you sit by the fire on the final watch with this woman you've just picked up. Your group has. She's spoken things here and there amongst the group, but her being here with you almost feels like a stranger just tagging along, not really fully involved in anything. But they've asked to have this watch with you.
So, remind me a name? Sorry, I'm bad with them.
It's fine. My name is Sapph.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Me too. I'm sorry, that wasn't my best gay joke, but
No,
it is
it's
what
fine.
it is.
You your name.
Yeah?
It's yours. Is it purposely given to you? Or is it
I mean, my parents didn't accidentally trip and write it out on the birth certificate in some hilarious mishap. So yeah, no, it was pretty intentional.
Hmm. I guess what I more mean is it your birth name?
Alma, I forgot her middle name. Loadborn the 14th.
The 14th.
Yeah. Been well, doing the math, 13 before me.
Oh, so your name is of lineage.
Yes. Dad's named Alma. I think grandma was named Alma. Great grandma. Great great grandpa. Just sort of going up and up.
Hmm.
How'd you get yours?
It was given to me after I'd lost the memories of what my original name was.
Oh, well, I'm damn sorry about that. Gotta
No,
be hard
it's
to lose
fine.
a name.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't really know much of what I was, so
It's even
it's as
worse.
good as any other name.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you're entirely related or if it's just coincidence, but I did know an Alma, or of, no, of an Alma.
Oh? What was their last name?
I never caught it. When we met the Alma, it was not for good reasons.
What do you mean?
The man I worked for, his, I guess you can call us a group, perhaps. His soldiers, his guards, we were. He had ambitions. He told me of a man he once met a while ago who went by the name of Alma. He spoke of
Fuego?
this man. He just gave us Alma, unfortunately.
Sorry, go
He's,
ahead. I'm nosy.
no, it's fine. This is maybe perhaps related to you, so if you can pitch in anything, it would be great. But if it isn't, then coincidence, right?
I mean, hell of a coincidence. It's not like it's an uncommon name, but you know.
Hmm. He would tell us about his companionship with this Alma, and that they had accomplished good deeds in his eyes. But a something had changed. And that this Alma's mission differed. They had a disagreement with their vision and a dispute from what he says. Of course, the information he gives me can be skewered. But ultimately, it ended in a physical altercation. And he lost against Alma.
I mean, how vague was this guy? Did he even say what they were arguing over? Like, why was he even telling you this?
He gave us this as a warning. A warning against Almas in general.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job.
Of course, I don't really follow him anymore, so I don't entirely know if everything he told me was true or just some vision he had from anger or just, each to their own opinions on the situations and how they played out. Besides, I don't tend to see him as a good person anymore. He wasn't slain by the Alma. He was defeated. And then, from his words, imprisoned. Quite a while.
By Alma?
Well, that's what he thinks. He wasn't able to see the people who've captured him for much longer. The way they had him imprisoned, his visuals were restricted. His body in chains. Forced to be in his true form.
What do you mean by that?
She pulls out the blade from her sheath, this deep blue emerald crystal at the blade. It's rough shape, no sign of any edge to it. We are particular. This leader of ours gave us innate abilities for being under his guidance. Anyone he found worthy. Only a select few. He was humanoid, but behind that visage was the form of a beast. His true visage. Dragon of sorts. Though, if any dragon's nature would be questioned, it'd be his.
Alma's fucking enthralled. This is a great story. She's mentally writing this shit down and stealing it. He was like some sort of corrupted dragon, maybe.
No, there was no corruption to him. At least not visually. He did look bestial in nature, much more to akin of something you would find in the winterlands, in the northern side. Some sort of mammoth / dragon. But that was more of just his visual shape. It was his unnatural. Yes?
Was it because of the imprisonment?
Part of it. From what I can ascertain, much of his physical attributions were natural to what he was. It was what was attached to his wings that I can assume might have been because of his imprisonment.
Some sort of shackles, I guess.
Yes, the shackles, they became more natural to his form. His scales grew over them.
Was he?
He 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 led this to something. Eventually he met the Alma himself again. And the altercation differed. Finally was able to escape. And he did so, taking back his revenge. But he had loose ends. And that's where I came in. He brought us, years later, I assume, back to the place where he was imprisoned. A sort of strange keep in the Fae.
Right, in the Fade?
In the Feywild.
Okay. Got abruptly Dragon Age for a second there. I'm sorry, the brain rot won.
So, within this Fae, we entered a sort of less nourished area, perhaps tainted. And the keep held its shape, not entirely. Age is taking its toll. The strange thing was the amount of solidified ether. A white milky crystal with a sheen to it.
Sorry, made of ether. I'm Mickey brain fogged right now, so I'm doing my best to keep up.
Be fine, Mickey. Basically the keep was falling apart, and dispersing from within the parts that were breaking from this keep was a large crystallized formation, a white milky ether that had a rainbow sheen to it.
Did it have any magical properties? Sorry, I gotta get all the details if I want to tell this right in the future.
No, it's fine. I would assume so. It is solidified ether.
But you didn't test it.
No, we weren't there to test anything. We were there to confirm something. And that's it. And take some notes from his research. What we saw in there, I have no prior memories of my draconic nature. But for some reason, what I saw reached somewhat deep, innate fear and disgust. Sealed
Hold on.
within. Yeah?
You're a dragon?
I am by blood draconic, yes.
Oh, okay. Didn't catch that. Sorry, keep going.
Sealed within the crystal itself was something. Cocooned, no, more like in a fetal position, suspended within the center of the crystal. I can vaguely tell the shape of its head, feathers, the white coloration. I caught a glimpse of the notes. And our leader took the notes and confirmed its existence and said, that's all we need to do. And we left.
They never went back?
I don't know if they ever went back. But half a year after that incident, I had my altercation with him and I was able to escape, luckily.
Huh. Why did you fight him?
I didn't agree with his ideals.
Namely?
To do what he wanted to do, a lot of lives would be affected. And not all entirely positive. In fact, I would say mostly not positive.
How long ago was this?
Time slips from me.
Oh, perfect.
It feels
And what
like
color
it was.
dragon was he? I mean, you kind of dodged it earlier. If you can't tell me, that's fine, but...
His fur was white, but his scales were silver. A silver I've not seen a match before. I've seen my silver dragons. More platinum.
Interesting. Almost mentally, frantically filing that away. To be mused over later.
I want to show you something.
Oh, okay.
Alma, if you do share some sort of connection with this individual, I do think you are, unfortunately, destined to cross paths at some point. Whether or not he cares enough about the Alma lineage, or if it was specifically this individual that he cared about. It may just be moments, or it could be worse.
I mean, probably. Can I be honest with you, Sapph?
Yes.
That's the lineage isn't just like a name. It's got sort of a notoriety to it. It if you're an Alma, shit happens. You know, it's different for everyone, but we've all got big enemies and big stories and nothing small about it. I wouldn't doubt that you know, I'm gonna meet some dangerous people and crazy shit's gonna happen and it's probably tied to, you know, the lineage or whatever, but I mean, I'll find out in due time. And if I'm honest, I don't entirely trust that you're gonna find out, oh, goddamn, this was in fact Alma the seventh or whatever, and then not try to sort of follow through on whatever your old leader wanted to do. I know you're not with him anymore, but I'm not sure I trust you. I barely know you.
Of course. I'm not here to win your trust, Alma. I just wanted passage. And perhaps the Lady of Fate was a bit too cruel with me. Alma,
You're gonna have to elaborate what that means.
I mean, no matter how far I try to avoid my past, it seems to be creeping back at me, whether it's loosely related or not. Alma, do you know everything that your predecessors have done? I ask for real. I don't know. I just ask for.
Oh yeah. No, in
And
pretty great detail. I talked to him, well, two of them, somewhat frequently.
hmm. And would you consider every one of their actions to be on the positive net end?
Oh God, no. Anybody who says that they have only good actions is lying to you. Trying to sell some kind of course.
So most of the Almas you knew were not considered good people?
No, they were heroes. Just,
Right.
imperfect heroes. Perfect ones are boring.
But a hero still usually does the right thing.
Of course. They usually did the right thing. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they did the right things. That's the point.
Is it perhaps possible that one of these Almas wasn't?
Is it perhaps possible that the guy you yourself morally object to might have been lying?
It is. It is possible. But, and she pulls something out of her bag. It's a small leather bound notebook. I did take one thing before I left. These were the
Jonah?
notes of that Alma.
Oh. Can I look?
You can have them if they are meant to be yours. Besides, I've read most of it anyways.
Well, how are you going to test? Go to find out if, it's that Alma.
I don't need to know the answer. I'm not after this Alma. This Alma is long deceased. I'm after the man who led me. His ambitions are something I don't agree with. And I ran away. And I feel like I ran away from my responsibility to put an end to it. I want to show you what we are capable of. And him, as our originator, is far more capable of. And she has the deep emerald blade in her hand.
Are you going to stab me?
No,
I'd like a heads up. Okay.
I'm just going to visually show you something. And then, well, hopefully without waking anyone up.
Hold on.
Actually, if you're not too against it, it'd probably be better if we move a little away from the encampment.
Yeah, sure.
And, yep.
Alma coughs into her elbow and casts Unseen Servant.
Okay.
And the command she mentally gives it is, go wake up Castilla.
All right. And your unseen servant goes. We should.
Fucking in case.
We don't have to be too far. Just about 10 feet, probably.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hopefully. And you walk off about 10 feet from a distance. As you reach the 10 feet, the unseen servant would easily have reached Castilla. And Castilla, you would feel yourself being tugged in your sleep by nothing. Because the unseen servant is invisible.
Just sort of like nudge her awake, enough to rouse her but not know why.
Mm-hmm. If M is still here. If not, we'll keep going with your portion first. Oh, there.
I've been speaking and I didn't unmute.
Fucking real.
Sorry. Yeah, what? Mm-mm. Good morning. To no one. And Castilla's just gonna sit there for a second, like, okay.
Yep. Back to you, Mickey.
Yeah, carry on, Sapph. Do your
Yeah.
thing. There's a witness.
You are 10 feet away from the encampment. Sapph steps about 5 feet away from you. She pulls the blade out and holds it in front of her, with the blade, where would be a sharp end, facing towards you and her, and then she turns it so that the face of the blade faces both of you. She mutters.
Anything I need to do?
Nope. Just watch.
Okay.
She mutters in Draconic, which we have come to the consensus that the Draconic is going to be voiced in Spanish because that is the only other language I know.
Hold on. I gotta double check. I think Alma might speak Draconic. Nope. She did not pay attention in church.
Okay. The words you hear is Oceano. It has a echo to it, a bit of a reverberation, and the blade shatters. As it does, water pools around the area. A large amount of it, but it seems to not enter your zone or Saph's area. And as you look at Sapph, her visuals change. It seems like in the transformation, most, if not all, of the bandages have come off. On Saph's head are the broken horns that once were there. One is a stump on one side, this almost bluish coloration to a white coral. Saph's hair is white. Her eyes are blue. And half of her body is draconic. Almost like
Dragon centaur.
half of a dragon's body and half of a person's. The scales are blue, the tail end has a fin-like protrusion to it. These blades we're given allow us to tap into our innate draconic nature, whether we're dragonborns or whatever we are, as long as something is in there. And it allows us to bring it out to its max capacity. The man I followed he's known as the father of half-dragons. The draconic individuals that are not fully dragon in nature and have some sort of mortality to them, human or whatever the other half is, dragonborns, kobolds. And he's able to do things like this. I only wanted to show you so he doesn't have the opportunity of surprise in his end if you do ever meet him.
Okay. So keep an eye out for a guy with a suspicious knife that might turn into a dragon.
Yes.
Just in case he wants to kill me because maybe one of my ancient ancestors pissed him off.
He's killed for less.
This adventuring thing kicks ass. Fucking love this.
And yet, Alma does not have any sort of self-defense.
Self-defense? I just woke her up.
said self-defense is blearily looking out the tent, trying to figure out who woke her up.
She then takes a breath back in, and you kind of hear the words you've heard before, but in reverse. And as your form apparates back down into this more humanoid-like nature, the water kind of comes back, and the shards of the crystal blade reform into what it once was. And she sheathes it. And she kind of leans down to grab the bandages and begins to rebandage herself.
God, I guess thanks for the warning. Not sure if it's going to be relevant, but it's nice that you let me know.
Better that you know than you're caught to surprise. I honestly just don't want to have more people fall victim to him, is all.
There.
Those notes are yours. They belong to you, if you are truly of this lineage of Almas. I don't know if he is, but you clearly know you are.
Oh yeah.
But you can figure it out.
Thank you. It's very decent of you.
I try. I don't remember if I was a good person or not, but I'm trying this time around.
Well, you know what? I'll give you this. You're at very least neutral aligned.
Seems like the sun is rising. Perhaps you should go and wake your friends up for the morning.
Yes. All of them. Still asleep. Where are you headed? I know we just sort of picked you up, but you're just looking for him?
Yes, I plan to ask around the pier if they've seen any signs of him and follow my next clue.
Well, whenever we split paths, good luck with that. Seems like a good egg to be catching.
Till we meet again. Well,
Yeah.
we're still going to be together, but
Yeah,
after
this is
we separate.
it's weird that
till
we're saying goodbye when like we're about to just like sort of make and eat breakfast.
It's not the first time.
No, well. Cool. I'm gonna go wake everybody up then.
Mm-hmm.
Alma just sort of walks away awkwardly.
All right.
Notebook in hand, and just kind of heads straight to Castilla and just like, hey, sorry about that. Spell got awry. But it is time to wake up.
Okay.
Cool.
How was watch?
Eventful.
Did you use that decanter Spis had? I heard a lot of water.
No. Sort of a water knife. Not my story to tell. Although I did take notes.
Wait, you journal too? And that kind of like perks her up a bit.
The mental notes. I've never been one for writing
Oh.
it down physically. That way other storytellers can steal your stories. Not ideal.
Well, that is a valid point.
I mean, I write down normal stuff, just, not my stories.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who knows I ate eggs for breakfast or whatever. Anyway, I should get everybody else up. This! Vikda, etc.
If the sun's up, Circe's already laying with her eyes open, just staring at the ceiling.
Oh god, why did I bother waking anybody up?
Castilla had it handled.
The freaks never sleep.
Half asleep.
I wake up with the sun. She's like a flower. You know how sunflowers face the sun all the time? She's kind of like that.
The first like ray of sunshine peeks over the horizon, and her eyes just snap open.
Yeah,
Oh god.
exactly.
Fucking ready to go.
Yeah, that's why she really struggled in Eden, because she couldn't see the sun, so she was always sleeping in when they were in Eden, because she couldn't feel it or see it.
No internal clock. Damn.
Sun wakes her up. Oh.
As y'all rise for the morning, that's where we're going to end today's session.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
God.
A lot of story stuff going on there. Ooh.
Alma, get your ass over here and explain all of that.
No.
I choose to not.
I want to
You're
read the
not.
book first. No spoilers.
Alma's gonna be the actual person to read the damn books, the ones that I know we've had for over a year and a half.
Several months now.
You'll get the odd occasion where someone will go, oh, well, let's read that book.
I keep literally going, oh, Castilla's gonna read it well in the car, and I'm like, no, she gets car sick.
Now, Mickey, I give you the option because I know damn well that regardless of what choice you choose, I'll be fine with it. You visually saw this person unbandaged and in this form that they presented to you. I can send you how they look, or I can show everyone. What is your choice? You're the only person that's seen it.
I think it's funner if it's a little secret.
All right,
Fuck
then I will
all of
send you
you.
how they look.
This is mine.
How dare you have
This
secrets?
is my
Yes, great.
secret.
Enjoy your secret.
If you send a picture of the dragon from Raya and the Last Dragon Man, though, I am sharing it with everybody.
No.
Or like Sisu.
He sent a picture of Sisu. He
I'm
did it.
obsessed.
It's just a
That's
picture of
the
a
truth.
bearded dragon.
It's one of the fucking Dragon Tales characters. No edits.
Dragon tails, dragon tails.
No, the only edit is that I didn't know how to edit out one of the horns being broken, so I just drew over it on MSM Paint.
Yeah. Everything that we have said is the true truth. No lies.
All right. Well, I just silence.
Sorry, I was sorting my spells out. Because after a long rest, I change out.
You guys should level up again soon.
Soon.
Getting a little bit more
Soon.
of level 10 action before you level up again.
So what you're saying is we're gonna get our asses handed to us in combat soon.
Maybe, but I that's I like for you guys to explore the level a little bit before we decide to leave it. Especially a pinnacle number like level 10.
Mm-hmm. It means that spell will be coming up soon, Emily. The one we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all over.
Go talk to our child.
Oh yeah, we didn't even check on the baby yet again.
It just became morning.
You
We're
guys
driving all
literally
day.
just woke up. Nothing's happened.
We're gonna open the crate and suddenly this ugly little bird thing's gonna fall out.
And we're all gonna unanimously agree, too ugly. Get rid of it.
Oh,
And put it up for
No.
adopt.
Oh,
Oh.
not the
he
Yeah,
can't
that-
even talk yet.
Why does that
Priscilla
matter?
literally got to witness this creature's soul line being formed. You take that away, she's gonna cry.
He's a
No.
good little guy. I mean, luckily birds
Damn.
do grow up quickly.
I mean, I'm not
Or-
gonna kill a child. I'm just saying.
We just leave it in the desert.
No.
Yeah, they'll run into Galma.
Oh no.
Someone has to keep the orphanages in business. Maybe it's us.
The
Good lord.
orphanages are not in the fucking desert.
We
Yeah,
make
not
one
yet.
and then we leave the bird there.
Maybe it's time we became small business owners. I'm just saying.
For an
Guys, will we
orphan.
be
build
going
an
for small
orphanage.
business? Okay, I actually have a stupid question for everyone here.
I have a stupid answer.
How would your character win the Hunger Games?
The Hunger Games.
Yeah, I've low-key
So many
fallen back in
fucking
love
air
with...
gifts. Dude, the sponsors fucking love Alma. You kidding? They send her a gun on day 1.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then a how to use a gun manual on day 2 when they realize she doesn't know how to use one.
This dies to Alma.
No. This is how you would win.
She doesn't.
So that doesn't count until the quarter quell.
This is
So
like,
many
I'm
fucking
not
traps.
winning.
Like, Vikta fucking MacGyver's whatever fucking bullshit. From fucking sticks and twine.
Somehow makes gunpowder out of like fucking pine sap, and everybody's like, dude, what?
Just fucking just makes a fucking explosive out of literal rocks.
Do that. Science. There was no fucking science involved. Magic.
I think Ceci's is pretty obvious. She can control nature, so the
I thought
trees
this
would
was
be
a
killing you
normal
all.
human one. Hold on, if we get to use
Since
magic,
trying
I'm
to
having
Yeah!
all the dead tributes fight each other.
That's what I thought we were doing. If it's
Yes.
real, Ceci's not surviving either.
If
I'm
it were
not
to
a ghost
survive.
guard for nothing. You kill a guy, I'm bringing his ass back as a ghoul, and he's killing you. Who will win? Do the undead count? If so, that's gonna complicate things a little.
They're
The
gonna.
undead are the winners.
They have to make a new
Vikta-
rule because of Alma.
Ghosts don't count.
The ghosts can't win.
Because
Vikta's
Alma's
got
just
a
like,
lot of
okay, well then
magic.
I'm just gonna make a phylactery and let somebody kill me and then just return because
You're
I'm a
fucking
spirit
level.
bard.
You're a fucking.
I
Can
did
you
say it'd be a
fucking do
good
that?
phylactery, dude.
Can you fucking make us? Wait,
What do you call it? Like a haunted doll or whatever the fuck? I know phylactery is a lich thing, but
Alma needs to
You know,
meet
like
our murder doll.
I did on day 1.
But we need to meet her again.
She's only slightly haunted, but she's having a great time. That's what I wrote down.
She needs to chit chat with the ghosts.
I'm pretty sure the
How-
ghost either couldn't or wouldn't chit chat with me.
Oh, I meant like the doll needs to converse with the ghosts.
What the fuck am I here for?
To have a good
wait, my ghost?
time.
The ones that
Like
follow
the
me?
Yeah.
mediator.
Yes.
No, that's fair. Sort of an unbiased third party,
Yes.
not named Alma.
I really hope that we don't run into the situation where like there are like 3 important Alma characters.
I hate to
Like,
tell you this, I did give Alma, doing the math real fast,
I'm
16 background NPCs, and all but 2 of them are named Alma.
I love
So,
it.
Holy
Shit.
do with
shit.
this information what you will!
Perfect.
Guys, we're gonna have the best campaign of Alma. We gotta play one shot where we're all Almas.
Oh god.
You
Alma's
are
gonna-
all
I'm
going
Alma.
to be each other's parents, grandparents, etc.
It's okay, we're ghosts.
She's
It is a-
Alma.
It's a straight shot through the family tree.
We meet a new Alma and we're like, right, so what relation is this?
What was your moniker? Sort of your bit.
Yeah, have you got a way that I can recognize you
'Cause
easily?
you all have epithets, and that's the only fucking way they can identify each other. Is like, okay, so hold up, which one were you? I know your name. I know your name. What did the homeboys call you?
I hope we eventually like chart out all the Almas and we realize that we have like 18 Almas actually. And we're like
They are all dead except 2.
No, that's easier.
we chart out and we have 1 extra Alma than there should be. Like, and we're like, who is this? Oh, just unrelated. They're not related to Alma.
We just found an Alma
We just
that is no relation.
We found an Alma in the wild who just happens to not be related.
They showed up to the convention thinking it wouldn't be the same fucking family as the entire convention. Convention was a misleading word. They should have said family reunion, honestly.
They didn't think it would be the same family as the past 5 years.
Like, oh god, you're on generation 16, huh? Okay.
And you're
No, that's
still...
fun. No, it's cool that you're all named the same fucking thing. That's gotta make dinner calls great.
Alma, dinner. 16 footsteps.
They all have the same middle name too. So like, if you get called by your full name by like your mom, it's like, yeah, fucking whatever. 5 other generations are gonna show up and be like, yeah, what's good?
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, Alma, you need something?
My fucking god.
I love
I fucking hate Alma's family.
It's not again, all of them but 2 are dead. And Alma's the one who talks to ghosts, so she's the one who's got to deal with this. You're good.
I hope they all end up being important to like lore.
Every single one of them has like a discrete plot line.
One of the Almas was in the adventuring group with Vurs and Ishta and
Fuck, that would have been really funny.
Just give them all nicknames.
I wasn't
to be
in
like,
that one shot, but can you imagine if it's like, yeah, I'm actually going to be playing Alma's great-great-great-great-grandmother, Alma.
Well, here's the kicker. It wasn't a one-shot yet, so we could do it.
I mean...
Jesse would just have to tell me which Alma would have been around at that time.
You're getting the family relations. You've got a Castilla's family relation. You've got Vurs for
Castilla's
Vikda.
related to the dragon lady?
Isla, her mama.
Queen Isla.
She was in that one adventuring group, apparently. We knew she was related, did warp stuff, but now we know that Vurs is involved, Ishta's involved, and Guk was all involved. And there's a 5th member.
Ishta as a name is always going to fucking throw me off.
Ishta.
I am going to be thinking of my sweet Gith boy.
Issa's living on an Earth. The other person was Isha. God, now I'm mixing the 2 up. Isarel.
Please don't tell me that Ishta's full name is Ishtarel. I'll cry.
It's just Ishta.
Not that we know of.
This is Ishtaral, different guy, unrelated. Unlike the Almas.
I want to meet Issa's family.
Wait, is Ishta not related to Castilla? Don't we already
I'm
know?
saying Isarel.
Oh, good fucking luck. Even he hasn't.
Yeah, we have Issa, Ishta, and Isla. All 3 different people.
I'm starting to think we need to stop with a certain name scheme.
The same sound.
If your name starts with I, there cannot be a fucking S in there.
Let me running to check Malachi's NPCs. Hold on.
Do not name any of them Isaac, man. Do not.
I'm checking. Okay, we have Marco, Rhiannon, Arlok, Briar, Jasper, Lydia, Tobias, Ambrosia, Carter. Fuck off. I named one of them Cricket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Silver.
hey, man.
Yeah.
Not fucking convinced.
Do you want me to read you the full names?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Now I'm looking.
One guy's last name is
I don't
Yerk.
need to hear about Brambleclaw, dude. I get it.
Her name is literally just Briar.
No, I was just assuming there was also a Brambleclaw in there.
No.
Brambleclaw sounds like a warrior cat's
I do-
name.
That
I
was
do
the
someone
bit.
named Testament.
You did it. You stumbled on the bit.
Like, it's 4 in the morning, I realize.
Absolutely not.
Oh god, it's
Your
11:30.
time zone does not grant you mercy.
Now I'm going through Spis's family tree to be like, does Spis have any family members that are in the
Did you
same
guys
name?
want me to read off Alma's family tree?
Is it
Yes.
Alma?
Alma.
Yeah, that was
Make
the
a
bit.
family
Alma's
tree like I did,
family
coward.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna draw 15 generations of dwarves, man.
You
I
don't
have,
have
like,
to.
a-
You can do the
I have, like,
labels
a
like
job.
I did.
I have like hobbies.
I do too.
Just as they as it goes further and further back, their beard and hair grows more and more, just gets larger and fills the portrait more and more.
It's the same
fucking-
face, though.
It's just Alma. Like our Alma with sunglasses. One's with a hat. One has a fake mustache.
Different.
top of the
Alma's
actual
not like her
beard.
dad.
Well, fucking hell, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You can always do those portraits of like those shadow box portraits if you like. I don't want to draw them, but they exist.
Drawn 3 members of Alma's family, which is to say Alma and her parents. Actually, no, I've drawn also, I think, her grandpa and the generation before the first Alma, and then the generation before her grandpa. And that's already asking too much of me.
Of too many Almas to
Yeah,
draw.
one Alma too many. Again, jobs, hobbies. I have to finish playing Dragon Age again. You understand.
Of course.
I
of
do.
course.
Right. I'm gonna drop off though because I am quite tired.
Good night.
Probably gonna do the same.
Okay, freaks.
Goodness.
Farewell, friends. Until next
Till
time.
next time. Thank you, Jesse. It was a very good session. I
Yeah.
enjoy when we
Thank you,
learn things about
Jesse.
each other.
Of course. Well, I said the second half is gonna be all about you guys. So
Night.
Good night.
night.
Good night.
Night. Bye.